Remember I told you these people won't catch up so fast. Remember I told you I was gon' win, you never see me last. Oh snap, nah, they didn't believe me. Oh shit, yeah, I found out I keep dope back. I got shots like I did it. Different style, feeling like I'm a baby. I told you I'm the one. I got these muscles from the gun. I like the junk in the trunk. I'm in the streets, call me bum. Yeah, fatter cause they see me every day. We ain't tired, we ain't missing anything. I don't want a bitch unless it's college. I don't want the ad unless we fornicate. Yeah, purple and yellow, we sippin' that liquor, they watch me like cable. I want them bad, so I had to feed my family, so they...
So what up, y'all? Kind of irritated. I wanna fill y'all in on the situation. Okay, Trip. When I was younger, I was talking to this girl, this woman named Kimberly. She stayed up in Florida. She had one child. He was talking for a while. Her mother stayed with her. You know what I'm saying? Cool conversation. She was a Scorpio, older than me. You know, all that. But one thing about female Scorpios that I've met is that they're controlling. You know, and they feel because they do everything on their own, as far as like raising a child. You know, because the baby father may not be in their life. You know, the person they chose. To a certain extent, it's like her way or the highway. I don't mix with all that. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to see each other. She was supposed to be coming down this way. Her mother ended up passing. In the mix of that, she used all the money that she had got from the settlement of her mother and took her family, sister, and her kids, I think, to Jamaica. I wasn't in it 100% because, again, I don't really date females with kids, but you know, I was still looking forward to seeing her. She ended up not coming, and when I asked her was she still going to come, she was like, well, you know, I spent all my money taking them to Jamaica, you know, why don't you come up here? And that's not what we had set on. So went to the back burner with me. And one thing I don't like about women is when, well, my mother is no longer here now, but women that I would stop talking to, they would still keep in contact with my mother. And I never understood that. I never liked that. I come or go into my mother's house to see how she doing, and she's on the phone with her. Like, technically, I ain't never even met you in person. After a few years to talk back to her, she has more kids, a set of twins, by a dude that was putting hands on her. Okay, that's really not my business, but, you know, whatever. And in the conversation, she told me it was my fault that she had the twins. If I would have came up there and I would have chilled with her, then she wouldn't have chilled with him out of the spite of me not being there. Therefore, she wouldn't have got knocked up with the twins. You know, she loves her kids, but if she could turn back the hands of time, she wouldn't have did it. Now, basically what she said is that since I didn't come up there, that made her feel some type of way. She ended up meeting a deadbeat and opening her thighs to a deadbeat, getting pregnant by that deadbeat. I guess it ain't condoms to be bought. And then she ended up getting pregnant by a deadbeat and then left on her own again by a deadbeat, just like she did with the first child that she had by a deadbeat. How is that my fault? I ain't got nothing to do with another grown woman's choices. How is that my fault? Because I didn't show up I guess that was supposed to make you feel better, opening up your thighs to somebody else. What does that have to do with me? You know, and I was iffy about you then. Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing to say now. But then you go to her Facebook page and she's talking about relationships all day, every day, and how she needs to empower herself, and how men need to think twice of the way that they step to her and treat women. Nobody has treated you worse than you've treated yourself. You never want to accept responsibility for your actions and what you brought to the table. It's so much easier to blame the next person. Well, you do what you gotta do, boo-boo. That's my story time.